Hello guys, it's Monday.
Just what's been planning for the week, what we're doing. Quite a mixed bag for everybody really, but for myself it's going to be starting with some colouring pictures on Switch stuff. We've got another store page to put together, so I'll get that done today. But we also have the Collection 4 coming out this week as well, so some announcement posts and stuff there. Other than that, we hexceed for the majority of the week. And yeah, I think that's going to be me.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be more work on the character. So last week was a lot of leg work. Today, it's going to be a lot of like the crux animations. Who are you laughing at? The crux animations. Doing my cool actions. And I think I'll be doing a little bit of colouring pixels work as well for Switch Collection 4, doing a bonus image for that. And yeah, I think that's about it for me. And Laura's going to be doing the under section of the island, like the main bit,
Bottom.
of it, the big bit at the bottom. Yeah, that's what you're going to be working on.
What Cameron makes a start on the next project.
That's right.
But it's going to be starting with.
Yes, lovely. Is that it?
Alright, yeah, so a bunch of boring stuff today that I can't show you. A lot of it's basically tax stuff that we've been sorting. Me and Lee had to go and get a few statutory declaration signs by solicitor, and we're getting a bunch of things submitted. Anyway, boring stuff I can't show you. But Colouring Pixels on Switch is Collection 5. This is an out-of-date build, but we're basically using it to test the levels. I've been going through it today and fixing a lot of the levels. So in the Monsters book, because I know this one was quite an early book, I think literally first year, right? It's a couple of months after launch. There are a few issues on this, particularly colour count and duplicating colours. This level was quite bad. Going through fixing those, and we are pretty much there when it comes to testing as well. So the last 4 DLC we're quite comfortable with. The last 3 DLC we're quite comfortable with because Jack made them, and it means that Lee has already QA'd them recently with our higher standards. So in theory they should be good to go. But this one is the last major one that we need to do and get sorted. It's the Halloween 1 book. And I remember there were a few complaints about this, so we do want to try and fix it. I know that this pumpkin level people complained about a lot. I mean, it's because it's like a big pattern level, and people didn't really like that as much, with the high colour count anyway. So yeah, just a few more levels to test, and then we'll get it fixed and a patch sent off to Nintendo. So fingers crossed, we should all get that done before I go on holiday on Thursday. So Wednesday at the latest, really.
Yeah, okay. So today I've been prototyping a new project. So the idea is that we're going to work on this for the next 3 weeks, and then we're going to compare it with the train game. And we're going to see which one we like better and then which one we're going to continue with. But we decided on a dungeon crawler theme for this one. So today I've just been setting up the basic player movement. So you can walk around, you can run, you can crouch, and you can swing your sword as well. And we decided to add a jump. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy with how it's turned out.
Okay, so yesterday I was working on the character again, doing a lot of the work in the feet, so there wasn't too much to show. However, this morning, and a little bit of yesterday actually, I did start to manage working on the crook animations. And today I'm definitely trying to rework this animation, which is the building pose, where he sort of just lifts up the crook and lifts the crook up and down, where he's holding an object in the air. I thought this looked okay at the time. I haven't really run it by the guys yet, but I do think it looks a little static. I think this looks a bit boring. So I've sort of tried to rework it in the newer rig. And this is the new one, so I've kind of got the character holding up the crook in one hand rather than two, so he's kind of like the kind of holding it with one arm, and it looks a bit more as if the character looks like he knows how to use the crook. And at the minute, I haven't finished the animation, but it's getting there, where he sort of spins the crook around to hold the object in the air. And just at this by itself, I think this looks a lot better. There's a little bit of sort of jumpiness in the arm here I want to tweak up, and I do want to put a bit more of a sway in, because they look a bit too static at the minute. So hopefully, in a little bit, this will look a lot better.
Hello, this upper area that I've been making for ages is almost finished now. There's still lots of fixes to do, and I've got a time lapse of me making these little sculptures, and then I painted them, and I added some blue marks on them. And they're glowing. Yeah, they're scattered in the world. It's more or less done. I did add some flowers as well, specifically for this area, but you can't see them here. And then I've been working on these bottom rocks. I'm using Jack's floating islands and adjusting the mesh to fit the world. It definitely looks better than it used to. It's not done yet, but it'll finally look like it was supposed to.
Yeah, okay, so today I've been setting up just a basic enemy. So you can damage him, and then it's a bit RPG style. You can see the numbers and that come out about how much damage you do, and you can see how much damage you will do on the side. The idea is that you can find like armor and upgrade all your stats, but there's a few things I've got to fix as well. It's not perfect at the minute. You can see kind of this health bar. Basically the issue is that it's like a child object of the enemy, so when the enemy rotates, so does this, and that's something I'm going to have to look at, as well as the knockback. So if the enemy damages, it kind of pushes you forwards, and obviously it should push you backwards, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it so far, but these are two small issues I'm going to have to take a look at tomorrow.
Okay, so I've been working on the character again today, and I've been primarily working on a lot of the crook animations that I said this morning. And one of the main ones that I got done today was the fishing animation. So you can see here on the right all the animations that I've done, and primarily I've been working on, like I said, the crook one. So we did the fishing start, which is quite good. A bit of feedback from last time that they wanted a bit more weight on the character, so I tried to make it look like the crook was almost way too heavy for him. So he kind of leans back, and his leg, even his leg goes up, and then he throws out the fishing rod / crook. I did make him look at the crook a little bit when he swings it back, because Rob had the idea of that the crook isn't in his hand when he starts. So if you imagine it as the crook at this point isn't in his hand, and as we get to this point he looks to spawn in the crook and then throws it. So hopefully that looked pretty cool in game. I also did the fishing end as well. He pulls it back up and then throws the crook to the side and then goes back to the main idle pose. So imagine there that the crook is vanishing. So I managed to get the Switch Collection 4 image done, and it came out how I pretty much wanted to. I was going to add vines at the end, but then I thought it would mess with the sort of 3D look of the 4 switches here, so I kept it sort of like simple, and I quite like it. It's very arcade and retro looking, so I think I'm going to keep it as is for now until at least the guys get in and they give me feedback. A bit of symbolism in there, the number 4 and the 4 switches for Collection 4. You probably see in the time lapse that I did that originally these numbers were 5, and right at the end I quickly switched it to 4, realising that would add a bit of an effect to it. So yeah, pretty happy with this one. It's sort of similar to the last style that I did for Collection 3, so overall quite happy. I've also got some cool ideas for Collection 5 too, so hopefully I'll be getting around to that at 1.2.
Yeah, Jack created this image this morning. It's from the new bonus book image to advertise the Color Pixels collection that's coming out tomorrow. So I've gone ahead and QA tested the level, made some changes, there wasn't much to fix, and then also create the achievement icon, which I've just uploaded now. Actually, I've headed into Color Pixels here. It's now at the bottom of the bonus book, which is getting kind of large, but there we go, it's at the bottom. I have also done it in a set order, just so I get a nice GIF for the announcement post tomorrow as well, because the bless you, Rob. the store page comes out on the actual game releases, tomorrow. Midday, so I want to be announcing it, so I've got a nice GIF. This button here takes you, hopefully it works, there we go, to the actual store page as well. There you go, so it releases tomorrow. And then the final thing I just done there was the achievement, which I can see has worked correctly, so that's great. That's all live, that's all good. We'll be actually pushing that live tomorrow for everyone else. That'll be a free update, so make sure you check that out in the bonus book if you haven't already.
Yeah, okay, so today I've been working on adding the chests to the game, so you can see one of them here. Basically I set up just different pickups they'll give you, so this one just gives you a shield, which will just give you a few extra hits. And then this one I kind of started with the armor, so you can see it's just like a cube at the minute. but when I walk into it, it'll increase me defense stats. I'm going to work adding it properly tomorrow, because if you see on the side there's just some white cubes which I've basically set up as different like armor slots. They're not always going to be there. I'll make them go on and off of the screen when they're needed, but yeah, at the minute basically all it does is just simply increase your defense stat, and that at the minute just allows you to take an extra hit from the enemy. And yeah, I worked on kind of setting up or revamping the whole like health and damage system, so that when the players, depending on like the player's level and the enemy's level and how much defense they have and other things like that we're going to put in later on, it'll affect how much damage you take or how much damage you do to other enemies as well.
Okay, so I pretty much spent the whole day texturing the character, the 2.0 version. As you can see, I put a lot more, oh, I didn't mean to leave that there. I've put a lot more work into the texturing the time around, now that I've got access to Substance Painter, and overall it's looking a lot better. It's not done yet, we're very almost done, but I want to add in a few more things. See, I've been adding like stitchings in, little details such as like the crook looks a lot better on the eye now, it actually glows too, which I could show off actually, I'm not sure why I'm not. Where is it? Up here. So now it glows, like that. I also got the symbol on the back as well that glows. However, I don't think this is going to be the final symbol. I was discussing with Lee today what I want that to be. We're not quite sure yet, but I'm going to leave space there for it. And one last thing I want to add as well is the pockets as well as a few little touch-ups. There's also need to be some patterns on the wrists here, like we do in the 2D design. So there's a few more bits and bobs that need to add in, but we're almost there. Pretty much spent the whole day doing this though. I'm happy that it looks this good though. It was worth it.
So this morning got a bit bogged down in some of the admin stuff that Rob normally does, but since he's now on holiday, kind of fall in my hands, hopefully I can keep on top of it for him. But other than that, it's been mostly hexceed today, so I'm gone ahead and made some more levels. Still, like, I'm a little bit behind my personal target for the week, but I'm still on target for the actual assigned stuff. So I've just finished this group of levels here. I do need to push them to sorcery, and that leaves 2 more tasks for the rest of the week. So I'll still get those done by the end of the week. So I'm still on target, which is good. Getting these finished up early next week as well.
Yeah, okay, so today I've been focusing on a few things. First of all was adding the armor. So essentially when you open a chest, you can now see, you can highlight the armor when you look at it, and then the UI appears on the side, and if you click the armor you can select it, and then you can see it goes into your UI as well, and your defense stat goes up. You can do the same for the helmet, the gloves, the shoes. I also I started working on these vases. They're gonna give you health and stamina, but they don't do anything at the minute apart from break. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. And then the final thing I added was actually setting up the enemy spawner properly, so rather than the enemy just coming and attacking you straight away, you walk into the room, they'll spawn, the wall or the door will close, and then it'll open again once you've defeated them. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so today on the stream, I had a bit of a fun one. Strictly just 3D modelling and texturing, which was quite fun. Nice bit of a change. And I thought I would redesign the crook different modes, because originally I did them in blend and looked they didn't look too great. Kind of looked like solid blocks of emissive colour. So today I took the opportunity to do something a bit creative and do some cool pattern work for the crook modes. So we've got the terraform. We've got the build, which I quite like. It's sort of like Nordic sort of runes on here, which I think looks really cool. I think I could probably push this a bit further, perfectly honest, maybe add some more, but I think for now I'll leave it at that. I don't want to overdo it. And then we've got the tool or sort of destroy one, which has like these really cool cracks in it. I'll ramp up the emissive so you can see it better. There we go. Yeah, really happy with these. I also did some matching UI for it as well, which I'll quickly open as well. Yeah, so for the matching 3 icons at the bottom on the bottom right of the screen of the game, where it shows the different tools you can use, I thought I would colour coordinate them and see what Rob thinks when he comes back. Hopefully he'll put them in game and see if they look good. So yeah, now these match the crook colours. Hopefully that'll make it a bit more transparent to what they do.
Guys, it's Friday.
Friday. It's no Rob. We've lost him. He's gone
Hiding somewhere.
He's on holiday for a week now, so next week's video was for us guys. But yeah, in terms of what's coming up next for you guys watching the video, as of this video coming out, we have the Whoop Magic DLC coming out today of the video, so make sure you check that out. As well as that, we have the Halloween pack which I've been working on, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time after the video as well. So make sure you head over to the store page and wishlist that. I've just had a Switch release and probably a new one coming out as well. So if you use Nintendo Switch, search for Colour Pixels, there's more packs for you to play as well. So make sure you check all those out.
Awesome. And yeah, thank you to all our Discord members, our Patreon members that keep us running and keep us going, especially like Noel and things like that. And thank you to, am I missing one? Thank you everyone who joined the stream today. And thank you to Cameron for holding the camera so that I can